All right, what's up, everybody? Out here for a little chillier day today. Put an extra layer on and make sure I'm warm on my walk. And so today, I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people kind of overlook and aren't as necessarily tuned into, and that's actually the topic of awareness. So when I'm talking about somebody being aware, it's you realizing what is going on around you and within you. And so all of this kind of comes together in the same factor, but is dealt with in different ways, because to be personally aware of yourself is actually much harder than being aware of the things externally. We have 6 different senses. Most people say 5, but I believe intuition and your ability to, see beyond the 5 senses is an additional sense that we have within us. Some are just more tuned into it. So at least the first basic 5 that, scientifically are proven, to be able to utilize those, that's a biological thing that's built into us. We're designed to be able to see clearly and hear and taste and feel things and smell, and to utilize all these senses to adapt and determine the world around us and how to move forward within it based on those senses. And that becomes kind of a robotic response. We have a certain smell, and that smell develops a memory within us, and that memory can be triggered based on that smell. So we learn to interpret certain things in a certain way based on previous experiences through our own senses. Now, when we're talking about awareness, a lot of times, again, because that becomes such a robotic thing and we don't have to think about what our senses are doing, they just happen, we become kind of desensitized to a lot of things. And so today I wanted to share a couple of quick tips and exercises that you can go through yourself to kind of realign yourself with some awareness, not only within yourself, but, to utilize when you're out there interacting with other people. Because when you interact with somebody, you have to be aware of a lot of things going on with them. What is their body posture? What is their tone of voice? What does their facial expressions look like? Are they connecting with you with eye contact and that sort of thing? So you have to be aware of these things and be able to adjust your own actions in everything that you do every day. So a couple of quick exercises is, first of all, if you've lived in your own house for a month or two, or longer, obviously you've gone through that house many times. So the next time you want to try and increase some of your other senses is take one away. Put a blindfold on yourself and literally close your eyes and do this exercise. Don't cheat, but take away your ability to see and use only your other 4 senses. Taste, kind of out the door. You're not going to be licking your way around your house. Smell, not really something you can utilize in this. So you're kind of locked down to what can I hear, right? And what can I feel? So we can hear the air around us. We can hear far off sounds, but a lot of times we tune that out because we have access to that all the time. So when we take one sense away, the other ones are forced to kick in even more. So if you put a blindfold on yourself and start at one end of your house and literally only use your ability to hear and your ability to feel, you will eventually be able to walk from one end of your house to the next. Now, obviously, it's not as easy as when you can see, but you'll be able to get there. And through that process, you're going to learn that the closer you are to the wall, the louder that sound gets, because the vibration and the sound reflecting off of the wall hits you at a different point than it does when you're farther away from it. And so, being able to feel things, you're going to have to literally be having your hands out in front of you and touching things and your feet on the floor and you become aware of every little part of what is going on around you. And you simply do that by taking away one of your senses, not being able to see, and relying on that consistent, recurring, comfortable sense that you're used to doing to get through that same action. And the point of this is, once you have tapped in to being able to hear the air and feel the carpet under your feet and the texture of the walls as you run your hands along it while you're walking through your house, this tunes you into yourself. This realigns your own personal awareness of what's going on around you. Now, this isn't something you need to do every day, but it's a way that you can realize how desensitized you do become to things that are going on in your daily life. And so another easy one is to get some earplugs and to go out at night when it's super dark, maybe even in the forest, for example. And this one is a little bit scarier for most people. But if you can't see, that's one thing. But if you can see, but only a little bit, and you can hear really well, but you're not able to connect your sight with your sound in those sorts of situations, and your senses are not interacting in a way that you're used to, it forces you to focus on those. You're going to be listening for every little thing, every little crackle. Oh, what was that? Oh, maybe this sounded like this over here. I had this experience where I had this sound and it's triggering this memory, right? And so you can learn to tap into yourself, and you can learn to utilize not only this self-awareness, but the awareness of the environment around you, all of the things that are happening. Now, this is going to take a lot of practice. This is not, oh, well, now I'm aware of everything. You have to constantly remind yourself of this awareness, to be in the moment that you're in, to realize the wind just changed direction. I can feel that on my face, even though I can't hear it because I have headphones in. Okay, little things that when you become aware of this and you go into a certain situation, you will be able to read how to react to that situation and how to respond properly based on what's actually happening, versus just reacting to an emotion. And that's where a lot of people go wrong is, well, this is this, and I had this previous experience, and this is what's going to happen, and I feel this way, and so I'm going to do that. Rather than looking at each individual aspect of what's going on, being aware of each portion of that, and putting that into a new perspective of how to move forward in that situation. So self-awareness is super important, guys. A lot of little things with your health can really just improve by being aware of how you breathe, for example. When I'm out walking here, I'm kind of breathing a little bit heavier, and sometimes I find myself shallow breathing rather than slowing down, breathing in through my nose, allowing my lungs to fill and expand, and then slowly controlling that breath out so that I can reduce my heart rate and, continue through my walk at a regular pace without winding myself and some of these things. And so simply being aware in the first place that I'm not breathing correctly, and I'm not, breathing in through my nose, and all of these little details, I can immediately adjust myself and the response that I have in that moment, which over and over and over compound into me experiencing better things in my life. So just be in the moment. Be aware of what's happening around you. Be aware of what's happening within yourself and how you can adjust to that properly and stay in tune with those things so you can make the best decision in each situation. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We'll see everybody next time.